Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. We are on our way towards Money in the Bank, and that was made a custom last week on this show when the Smackdown Live committee said that tonight we would have our first Money in the Bank qualifier. Not only for Smackdown Live, but for this universe as well. They got dibs on that one, shall we say. Nevertheless, it's going to be a very interesting qualifier here tonight. Two men looking for that chance to go to Money in the Bank, and you see the two men there who have qualified for that. Right, the Viper Randy Orton and the leader of the D.C.C and Chris Sabin will collide tonight. The winner goes to Money in the Bank, and the winner has a chance of climbing the briefcase and getting their hands on a potential World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. That one could be a very interesting match. How will Orton combat the D.C.C, who we know are going to be at ringside? But how are the D.C.C feeling after last week where they just scraped a victory over Future Shock? Could be interesting to see what things are like there. But that is not all we've got for us here tonight. We've got one killer main event as well. John Cena going to go one-on-one against the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata in what promises to also be another incredible matchup between those two men. Shibata, I don't think, has been seen since Judgment Day. However, it seems as if the wrestler is focused here tonight on defeating John Cena, picking up a huge win under his belt, and seeing what the future holds for him. That is all of that and more is to come tonight, but first we're going to kick things off by hearing directly from the Intercontinental Champion, Finn Bálor. It's been a fairly chaotic time, I think would be the right phase when it the right word when it comes to what the Intercontinental Champion has been going through. Finn Bálor feels like he hasn't had a moment to breathe over these last few weeks. First there was the Judgment Day situation with Dolph Ziggler. He knows AJ Styles is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, but there was last week with Bad Luck Fale and the Gorillas of Destiny as well. It seems as if Finn Bálor wants to address it all here tonight on SmackDown Live. He says he's banged up, he's bruised, he's hurt, but so long as he's the Intercontinental Champion, he is going to fight. And it doesn't matter who gets in his way, it doesn't matter who attacks him and tries to put him down. Finn Bálor is always getting right back up to his feet. But to those people who have knocked him down, to Dolph Ziggler, to the Gorillas of Destiny, doesn't actually matter to Finn Bálor. Because what matters is putting on these great matches week in and week out. What happened between Ziggler and Bálor seems to have been settled with Nakamura. And until Ziggler comes after Finn Bálor, it's not his business. And the Gorillas of Destiny, those friends of his that he thought, it hurt to be attacked by them, it hurt to say that the friendship is gone, but Finn Bálor has to always look ahead. He's got the Bálor Club in his corner anyway. He's always got people by his side, and he's going to need those people come Money in the Bank. Finn Bálor wants to say that it doesn't matter who attacks him. He reiterates that point. What matters to him is that on June 17th at Money in the Bank, he has AJ Styles and the Intercontinental Championship to worry about defending. Doesn't matter to him how many people attack him, so long as he's fighting AJ Styles. That's what matters most. Finn Bálor's mindset is not locked on these spats of violence against him, not locked on Finn Bálor, not locked on the Gorillas of Destiny. It is locked on AJ Styles, the Intercontinental Championship, on June 17th at Money in the Bank. You know, in amongst all the chaos that we've seen as of late, I'm actually happy in a way to hear that the Finn Bálor's not going to get himself dragged into all these problems with the guys who have attacked him as of late. He's focused on one thing, and that's AJ Styles. And you could tell Bálor wanted to talk more about AJ Styles. He wanted to talk more about that much at Money in the Bank. He just didn't have the time. There's been so much going on regarding Finn Bálor that it's taken a lot out of him, and it sucks for Finn Bálor, to put it simply. But you know, those are things that just happen, and I guess he's going to have to move on. You know, he's going to have to, and he has put his back on it, and is focusing now on June 17th, Money in the Bank, AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. The SmackDown committee, I guess, have signed that match for Money in the Bank. I'm not opposing it. Great match to have at the pay-per-view. Anyway, we're going to start things off here tonight with a tag team matchup. It is the team who lost their titles at Judgment Day. It is War Machine standing in the ring, their first match since losing the belts to the Gorillas of Destiny, and they're going to be taking on a team that picked up a pretty big win a few weeks ago in the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks? No. They picked up a win over the Young Bucks, though. And that is the Usos. Great stuff for them on SmackDown Live, and they're looking to continue it here. Victory over the former tag team champions would go a long way for them. However, I have said I do potentially believe that the War Machine should get their rematch before anything else goes on. However, it may also be a case where they're waiting it out. Maybe War Machine don't want their rematch yet. I don't know what the idea is behind the former WWE Tag Team Champions, but what I do know right now is that the Usos are looking to just rack up more and more victories here on SmackDown Live. They've had a good time. They've had a solid time since joining, and they're looking to keep it going as time goes on here. It could very well be the case that the Usos are perhaps on their way for the tag team titles first. I mean, you know, I said War Machine will probably get should probably get a rematch. However, if the Usos win here tonight, maybe that's in jeopardy of that happening. We'll see what'll happen in this one here as we get underway on SmackDown Live. Good amount of action going on here tonight. Another talented women's match on the way. Shinsuke Nakamura as well, also in action. Wonder what is going through Nakamura's mind after we saw after what we saw of him last week with in regards to Dolph Ziggler. Talk about that, I guess, when it comes around. But right now, War Machine are getting the upper hand on the Usos to start off with. I'm trying to remember which one that is. Is that Jimmy? Might be Jimmy. I imagine we'll find out at some point. Nevertheless, where was what was the point I was trying to make? Yeah, the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Gorillas of Destiny, might be watching on here, wondering, you know, who might be our next Tag Team Champions? The GOD once again on here tonight. We saw them here in full force last week. They're not here tonight. They are back over in Japan, the place where they're actually contracted, competing. Not on the company where they have a belt. Weird how things work. Weird stuff that happened when with them winning those belts at Judgment Day. Anyway, Hanson, anyway, the legal man. This might be Jey Uso. This could also be Jimmy. Difference being that these guys are actually such definitive twins, I really can't tell the difference. Look at that leap there by Uso. That was one hell of a leap, though, by him. And look at the strength now to slam down Hanson into the mat. Raymond Rowe looking for the tag, but being stopped in his tracks right now. More than once is Hanson. Single leg Boston Crab applied. It's locked in. This one's Jey Uso. Thank you very much for telling me. So I think we were right on that one. I don't remember. I think we were. I'm going to say we weren't. Anyway, Hanson backs up into the turnbuckle. Might have been thinking about tagging in Raymond Rowe, but Jimmy Uso back in this matchup now. Usos working together. Quick tags that can, you know, that might be their ticket to success here. Oh, what a big boot, though, by the brute that is Hanson. Saw last week in the tag team match between Future Shock and the D.C.C. just how resilient one side can be. Future Shock withstood so much offense and was so unlucky not to be victorious over the D.C.C. After all that went on in that match, after that brutal opener, it was a roll-up that decided the fate of the D.C.C. It was a roll-up that brought them their victory. That must be crushing to think about. After all that Ricochet and Kota Ibushi tried, they got beaten by almost luck in some ways. That must suck. Nevertheless, they've got to try and bounce back from it. And the D.C.C. have a great opportunity. Well, Chris Sabin has a great opportunity awaiting him here tonight. Jey Uso in off of that tag. Double super kick connecting. Like I said, the Usos have had a good start since joining SmackDown Live. Victory over the Young Bucks, was it 2 weeks ago? Now they keep on going with their offense and their momentum. A victory over the former tag team champions would be huge for this duo. Tag made, though. In comes Hanson. Things could be about to change. Oh, God, Hanson running down. Jey Uso, bicycle kick as well for good measure. And oh, just ran into him again with a body splash, taking him down. Hanson come back into this matchup here looking for some big moves. Might be in a bit of... Well, no, he's not in trouble. Shin breaker there. Hansen is all sorts of fired up, but countered there by Jey Uso. And Jimmy Uso from behind will take out his legs. Oh, Jey Uso will fly. Couldn't even take out Hansen, though. The big man stayed up on his feet. The numbers game perhaps proving too much here. Jimmy Uso attacking Hansen as Raymond Rowe only just got up to his feet. Oh, and thrown into the knee of Jimmy Uso there. Brutal attacks going on there. Brutal double teams in a way going on from the Usos. Just kind of street thuggish nature from these two. Jey Uso throws him into the turnbuckle. Is he going to tag in his brother again? Yes, he is. Jimmy Uso, the legal man now. They are prepped up in position for something. Look at the strength from the Usos there to hit that big move. Into that Samoan drop. I have no idea how they managed to pull that off, but the Usos are in great control of this matchup. Maybe spoke too soon. That was a counter. Uh-oh, Hansen could be looking for... Oh, Hansen was thinking powerbomb. Jimmy Uso reversed it. Jimmy Uso with a big-time reversal, and that could leave War Machine in trouble. Jey Uso up on the top rope. Uso splash. And Jimmy gets rid of Raymond Rowe. The Usos just beat War Machine. What a victory for these two men. What a victory for the two brothers. And all of a sudden, it seems like they're on their way to the tag team titles. Look at them mocking War Machine as they roll out of the ring, kicking them out no less. Raymond Rowe showing his frustrations to what they just saw. The Usos with no respect whatsoever towards War Machine, towards the former tag team champions. They are your winners here tonight. And does that make it that the Usos are on their way to the tag team titles next? Is that what is going to happen for these two men? Are the Gorillas of Destiny looking at their next contenders for those titles? Is the big question. The answer could well be yes. What a win there for the Usos. War Machine didn't look like their usual selves. I think they took a big morale bump after losing those tag team titles. Anyway, we'll see where things go regarding that, but we're going to move on to our next contest now. Coming up next is the women's matchup between Naomi and Paige. Well, from one potential upset there from the Usos, maybe Naomi will look for another one. We'll see how that will go in this one. It's going to have to be, it's going to be quite an accomplishment for her to pull this off of a Paige. I mean, Paige certainly is looking to continue her momentum going after what has happened since her arrival here on SmackDown Live. I mean, she almost had a chance to become SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She's seen over these last 2 weeks, Bayley and Nikki Cross pick up victories as well. She'd like to be in contention for that SmackDown Live Women's Championship, for that shot at Becky Lynch. However, so too would Naomi. It would be quite the upset. I'm saying that it would be quite the upset if Naomi did beat one of the most dominant women's champions we've seen in some time. It may be quite the accomplishment. It would be quite the accomplishment for Naomi. And I certainly think a #1 contenders match would be her prize for such an incredible feat being achieved. However, it is one thing to talk about that happening. It's another thing to actually do it. However, Naomi, as per usual, seeming in high spirits here, ready to compete in action here tonight. Two contrasting people heading towards the ring. But the SmackDown Live Women's Champion is going to be watching on no matter what. As I said, Paige came over in the draft. Becky Lynch brought Paige over in the draft, and it is now down to Paige to continue on that once. What's the word I'm looking for? That once dominant, I guess is the only way to describe it, reign that she had over on Monday Night Raw with the Raw Women's Championship, holding it for 6 months. Hunted after it, but couldn't retrieve it at WrestleMania. But is now here on SmackDown Live to make her career continue on here. And like I said, victory here for Paige would certainly put her towards the top when it comes to that number 1 contender. Her, Nikki Cross, Bayley certainly up there. Same applies for Naomi, basically. All depends, though. If Paige wins here tonight, could just be down to Paige and Nikki Cross. I mean, yeah, Bayley picked up a win, but Paige and Nikki Cross have been picking up victories for a very long time. They're former champions as well. If Naomi wins here tonight, then, you know, that's a huge, huge victory. Let's not, let me not disdain it from her. Let me not push that away. It is a huge victory for Naomi to beat a 6-month-long Raw Women's Champion. However, she has to do that. She has to actually be victorious, which is far easier said than done, as I stated already before. But Becky Lynch will be watching closely. Bayley, I imagine Nikki Cross, wherever she is as well, will be watching as well. All to see what will happen here tonight between these two women. Nice drop kick there from Naomi as she goes out onto the apron. Runs up to that top rope. Very close there to Paige, and really didn't get all of that splash either. Both women now just having a sit. Paige trying to unload there on Naomi. Didn't get what she wanted, and Naomi makes her pay for it. Good bulldog there. Paige with a harsh kick into the ribs there, but Naomi wanted to try the same there. Paige countered it. And here come the vicious headbutts now, courtesy of Paige. Naomi taking a moment to roll out of the ring, and Paige is feeling in pretty good spirits. Naomi goes rushing back into the ring. It's almost like she wanted Paige to get back in the ring before she would get back to get out to the ring, rather, before she'd get in herself. Interesting to see how this matchup will go here. You see the angst from Paige kind of to just go 100 miles an hour and try and pick up this victory ASAP. Could be a completely different story to what we saw last week between Bayley and Sasha Banks, which was a great match between those two. And, you know, just ended due to Bayley having done more offense throughout the match. Oh, that's a precarious predicament for Naomi. Dumped on her face. Was looking for a Hurricanrana there, and she just got absolutely slammed into the mat. Headbutt there from Paige. That is going to leave a mark on him. And the turnbuckle again is Naomi, but Paige has something else in mind here. Puts her up on the top rope. Clubbing blows. Naomi counters. Sees down below. Meteora from the top rope. And what will Naomi look for now? Russian leg sweep, simple but effective. Naomi needs to start chaining together, though, some bigger moves if she wants to really try and rattle the former Raw Women's Champion. Was thinking something in the corner there, but Paige did her best to counter it. Hard clothesline. And Naomi is down and in trouble, in big trouble. Paige Turner! Will that be enough to seal victory for Paige and put her in the talk for the number 1 contendership? Not quite yet. Kick out of 2 by Naomi, but still could be a long way to go for both women in order to achieve that victory. Up against the ropes now. Look at how Paige is just chaining maneuvers together, using the ropes to her advantage there to hit that Falcon Arrow. Naomi turns over to her back. I don't know if she intentionally meant to do that or not, but either way, she's denied Paige whatever she was looking for. Paige flies in, though, with one hell of a double axe handle. Goes into the cover, hoping it's enough to shut out Naomi. Not the case. Hard forearm shot once again there by Paige. And you're seeing just Naomi really staggered from these moves. She is really struggling in a lot of occasions to get back, but what a kick to the back of the head there. Now Naomi might be able to get a fight back going for her here. Drop kick to the back. Kick in the gut now. Look at this by Naomi. Oh! Incredible offense there. Trapped the head. And Paige spiked into the mat, but kicking out at 2. Naomi felt awfully confident about that move, and now she has something lined up for Paige. Oh, but Paige countered it, and a big-time clothesline will bring her down. Whatever it was, Paige wasn't interested in it. Drops Naomi back down with the boot, and uh-oh, Paige has her in trouble, turning her over, locking the arms in. The PTO is applied on Naomi. Naomi came awfully close to hitting a big move and potentially coming to closing out this one, but it could be all over in just a moment. PTO locked in deep, and Naomi is going to tap out to it. Paige is the winner. There's only so much you can take of that maneuver, but Paige, you can see how much it took out of her. However, she is the winner in this one, and she could very well be on her way to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, all depending on what happens going forward. Bayley is in the talks, but so too is Nikki Cross, make no mistake about it. But now, so is Paige. It was a tough fight from Naomi, but you realize that, you know, some things are just, I guess some things are just, you know, too tough to happen. Some things are just too tough to overcome. I said it's a different thing between talking about winning a match and winning a match, and that was proven to be the case right there. Paige had to do, she had to do a lot of work to close out Naomi, and she almost ended up in trouble, but her ability and what she's been through in this universe really helped her, I think. Her resiliency was key to her victory here. But where does the SmackDown Live Women's Division go from here? Well, time will only tell, and Becky Lynch will certainly be interested to see, as am I. With those three women right now in the talk, perhaps one of those three will be, I would imagine one of those three are going to be next in line. It's just all about who it is. Anyway, speaking of next in line, we're about to find out who's actually going to be first in line for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Who is going to be the first man going to that iconic match on June 17th? Will it be Randy Orton or Chris Sabin? We'll find out right now. You know, both men would love to be in this Money in the Bank ladder match. You know, both men would love to climb up that ladder, win that briefcase, and have a world title around their waist. And you know that this man would be adored with that fact. Randy Orton, I've got to say it, SmackDown Live has really woken up the career of the Viper once again. And I'm glad. He has put on some very, very interesting matches over these last few weeks. Last week was The Miz, I think, who he destroyed. Only went on for a while due to the involvement of Maurice. A few weeks ago it was Ricochet. What a match that one was. The RKO struck out of nowhere once more. I want to say there was someone else, but I think I'm just making stuff up if I was to say that one. Randy Orton anyway looks to continue on here, and a great opportunity has been handed his way as well. This opportunity to go to Money in the Bank and be one of the 2 SmackDown participants. In case you didn't know, it's going to be a 6-man Money in the Bank ladder match, 2 from Raw, 2 from SmackDown, 2 from ECW. Last year it was the free agent Jinder Mahal who used his contract on Raw. So we're kind of hoping that Raw doesn't win it again, obviously, because we don't want them winning 2 years in a row. However, there's only one briefcase that they can win, and you know SmackDown, you heard SmackDown Live committee member Shane McMahon come out last week and say they want it, just like they won the... Anyway, as I was about to say before, obviously the D.C.C. thing happened. As SmackDown Live committee member Shane McMahon said, they want to win this just like they won WrestleMania and just like they won the Royal Rumble all the way around. But you know the point I'm trying to get at there. That is what they want. Are they going to get it here tonight? Well, we'll find out. Because one of these guys certainly will have no problem representing SmackDown. Randy Orton, whatever you think about him, he's okay with representing SmackDown. One of these guys is going to do it for themselves. One of these guys is going to do it for Sabin. Gee, take a guess which one that's going to be. Chris Sabin here with his D.C.C. in full tow. It was himself and Christopher Daniels who beat Future Shock last week by the skin of their teeth, thanks to that man in the middle there. Kane providing constant distractions. Referee really should have kicked him out, and I'm hoping he has a bit more going for him here tonight, as last week was a poor showing when it came to enforcing. He was just not doing a good job at all. There was someone, I think it was on NXT or ECW, just got thrown out almost immediately. And so here we are, we're underway. Sabin and Randy Orton, and look at that from the bat. Chris Sabin coming out with a big move there on Randy Orton. That's not going to sit too well with the Viper, who's actually, in a way, kind of struggling to get anything going off the start. Sabin doing his best to deny him there. But Randy Orton finally gets something here. Like I said, both these men want to go to Money in the Bank. For Sabin, it's the idea of the D.C.C. getting a chance to have their hands on a belt and be able to overthrow anyone at any time and take control of a roster. For Randy Orton, it's all about getting his career back and knowing that at any moment he could become a world champion once again within this universe. Look at this from Orton now. From that second rope with that backbreaker. Lovely move there from Orton. Both these men in their own right have, they've done quite a fair amount in this universe. Sabin has rebuilt himself. He was down in NXT and he was struggling really to find his footing, and then he rebuilt himself. He won the NXT Championship, and then the D.C.C. came into life, and that's been Sabin's last year and a half, has been this D.C.C. But now he is on SmackDown Live, and there's Kane again choosing to get involved. Randy Orton falling for the trap of it. And Sabin from behind with a snap German suplex there. Crowd's cheering on Randy Orton here. Trying to get him to to defeat Sabin here, to defeat the D.C.C. and go on to Money in the Bank. Sabin calling Randy Orton up to his feet here. Oh, Hurricanrana didn't work out the way he wanted it to. Randy Orton, powerbomb to Sabin. Nice uppercut there, connects. Some strikes here from Randy Orton. Sabin was thinking something there, didn't get what he wanted though. Hard clothesline, and down goes the leader of the D.C.C. Randy Orton dragging Sabin away from the corner of the D.C.C. there, and now goes to work, attacking the limbs of Chris Sabin, the former NXT champion. Trouble stomped on repeatedly there by Randy Orton. And the Viper starting to get into his methodical sense now, starting to break down the body, but Sabin denies it. Clubbing blow there by Sabin, leaping cutter to Randy Orton. The man synonymous with the RKO. Orton though back up to his feet. Orton from behind, back suplex. And you can hear this crowd cheering him on. They want to see an RKO here. Sabin though with another cutter. And that one has kept Randy Orton down. Sabin hoping for something. Orton counters, knee in the gut there. And all of a sudden, Sabin's looking in trouble. Gut wrench neck breaker. Great move from Randy Orton there, and he goes into the cover now on Sabin. Hoping it's enough to send him to Money in the Bank, but Chris Sabin gets that shoulder up in time. Oh, but time may not be on Sabin's side. The rope hung. DDT from Randy Orton. Oh, Sabin might be hoping that the D.C.C. can do an awful lot to save him here, because he is in big trouble. Big trouble. Is Randy Orton closing out on Money in the Bank and a victory here? Oh, Randy Orton not afraid to truly try his luck there, just standing in front of the D.C.C. and just goading them in. And it's like Orton knows it's not a mistake either. Sabin with a counter there though, sends him up and over the top rope. Orton can get back in the ring though before something drastic could have happened. Backs up a little bit. RKO! Randy Orton strikes. 2. Oh, Sabin kicked out at 2. And Randy Orton now starting to get fired up. He hoped that RKO was enough to end it, but clearly it wasn't. Sabin, though, is on borrowed time. The D.C.C. is not getting themselves involved. Sabin, though, is still standing here, but he's eating punches now. Left, right, and center. Sabin countered. Sabin trying to spur himself up here. Orton, though, letting him know he's right there in front of him. Sabin now goes to the turnbuckle. And here he goes on Randy Orton, maybe. Oh, knees in the face as he came out of that corner. Drop kick now. Randy Orton trying to crawl away for a second. Chris Sabin just too much to handle. Hard forearm shot. Running basement drop kick as follows. Sabin out on the apron now. Is he going to fly here? Yes, he is. He's in dangerous territory. He's very close to Randy Orton, but he gets that springboard clothesline. Sabin now. Knee into the face of Orton. Oh, and the Viper's in trouble. Randy Orton is in big, big trouble here. Up on their shoulders. He can't get himself out. Cradle shock by Sabin. 1, 2. Randy Orton kicked out. Oh, look at the disrespect, though, by Chris Sabin. As this one continues on here between these two men. Look at that, though. Counter by Orton, rather. Off the ropes. Both men able to fight back after everything that's gone on in this matchup. Tez press takedown. And the Viper driving himself on here. He can sense victory in sight. He can sense being the first man in this universe to go into this year's Money in the Bank. On its way. There's a slam by Orton. Crowd cheering Randy Orton on now, but Sabin able to pull out the reversal. Minimal D.C.C involvement has been quite surprising. Another leaping cutter, though. Calls him up to his feet. Yeah, is he going to look for that springboard clothesline again? No, but he gets a big-time springboard drop kick instead. Goes to the other apron now. Calling Orton up to his feet. Randy Orton not that responsive right now, has to be said. There's the springboard clothesline again. Sabin could be on his way to Money in the Bank with that move. He covers Orton. And Orton kicks out at 2. Sabin frustrated that wasn't enough to finish things off here. He's taking him into the corner with a DCCR. Oh, running kick in the corner. Akin to the Haluva kick. Blasted Orton in the face with it. Chris Sabin could have just used a surprise move to send him to Money in the Bank. And he did! Chris Sabin just kicked the face off of Randy Orton and with it sent himself to Money in the Bank. A surprising victory, it has to be said. But Chris Sabin's done it. And with, like I said, minimal D.C.C involvement, Sabin finds himself on his way to Money in the Bank. He took a lot from Randy Orton in that one. He got busted open. He got hit with an RKO. And I really thought Randy Orton was going to get another one while Sabin was on the entrance ramp. But that wasn't the case. Not the entrance ramp, sorry. The apron. But Sabin persevered. And it's Chris Sabin who is the first man to go to Money in the Bank this year. You know, he may well be representing Smackdown, but make no mistake about it, Sabin is representing the D.C.C. Christopher Daniels, though, will have to stand at ringside now as the D.C.C, as Kane and Sabin make their way backstage to stitch up that open wound on Sabin's face. Christopher Daniels is in action up next against Shinsuke Nakamura.
1.
And there he is. Daniels stands in the ring, ready for this man. That's his opponent. Shinsuke Nakamura snapped in his own way last week. There's no other word for it. When he saw Dolph Ziggler coming towards the ring, Ziggler, who was supposed to be going one-on-one against, I'm trying to remember who it was, but the mind has deceived me. Was it Shibata? Was it supposed to be Shibata? I think it might have been. Can't remember for certain. Genuinely cannot remember right now. Anyway, Nakamura blindsided him, attacked him, brought him into the ring, decked him with a chair. No, I think it was supposed to be Nakamura. Yeah, it was supposed to be Nakamura. The match just never happened, I think. Is what ended up being the case. I can't remember for certain. Either way, Nakamura blasted him with a chair repeatedly. The match never got underway. And just ended up being the case where, you know, Nakamura just snapped on him. Was it either 2 or 3 Kinshasas were hit by Nakamura. Ziggler was left laying in the ring, and it was the most aggressive I've seen Nakamura in a long, long time. However, make no mistake about it, he's not in any less of a spirit, in any less high spirits than what he was at any other time, and neither is he being opposed by these fans in attendance as he gets ready to take on Christopher Daniels, who has run at Nakamura here, and both men try to hit each other in the face there. Daniels, though, gets a forearm in. Christopher Daniels realizes the chance at hand here, the opportunity he's got going for himself. And the chance that he, the real upset he can cause you against Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, but Nakamura, not interested right there. King of Strong Style maybe showing off more of his vicious side to him as a result of last week. And, Dolph Ziggler may well have woken something up within Shinsuke Nakamura that he may dread to witness. Attacking the arm there now, though, is Christopher Daniels, as he is able to get his early jump there panning out the way he wanted it to. Here goes Daniels now with quick shots. He's on his own here, like I said, no D.C.C at ringside, so this could be very interesting to see how Daniels goes in one-on-one action. Make no mistake about it, though, Daniels is a talented performer in his own right. Former tag team champion, world tag team champion, I believe. Maybe WWE tag team champion. Not 100% certain on that one. And former NXT tag team champion with the former member of the D.C.C in Bram. Shinsuke Nakamura, though, of course, Intercontinental Champion, World Champion, Money in the Bank holder. Nakamura has achieved an awful lot in his universe as well. And Nakamura now looking in position to hit a big suplex here. Holds him up in the air for a second too long, and Daniels makes him pay for it. Back suplex transitioned it into a facebuster. Daniels taking a moment just to praise to Sabin, who's going to be watching on the backstage right now, hoping that his man can do him well. Oh, just stunned him up against those ropes there, and Christopher Daniels is going to risk everything. Up high, frog splash to the outside. Nakamura caught with that one big time, but he sends Christopher Daniels into the steps in retaliation. Oh, not once, but twice. Counter, though, by Daniels, who gets up to his feet and gets back in the ring. Look at him now, taunting towards Nakamura. Uh-oh, Daniels, what are you thinking here? Daniels from the ape. Oh, my God. What a maneuver there. Used the ropes to his advantage and moonsault onto Nakamura. Daniels really risking everything in this matchup so far. And it's panned out just the way he wanted it to. Nakamura is actually in trouble right now. In the turnbuckle. And on that top rope now sits the King of Strong Style, but Nakamura counters him from up high. Oh, spinning heel kick. What a move from Nakamura there. And Christopher Daniels now is on the receiving end of some offense, courtesy of the King of Strong Style. Headed to the turnbuckle time and time again. Christopher Daniels staggering about as he comes out of that turnbuckle. Cover made here. Will this be enough to close things out? It will not. Daniels surviving on. Oof. Every kick hit by Nakamura, though, you know is going to hurt. That's just the way things go when it comes to the King of Strong Style. Up in the air, Daniels gets a big suplex off. Nicely done. He's going to take himself to the top rope. Already seen a lot of high-risk moves from Daniels, but another one on its way. Best moonsault ever by Daniels. Into the cover. Will it close it out here on Nakamura? It will not. Look at these strikes here, though, trying to phase the King of Strong Style with his own kind of strikes. Ducks under, and he's going to get that Hurricanrana again here on Nakamura. Nakamura not really firing on all cylinders. Maybe he lost some of his fire that he had within him last week. I'm not too sure. Counter, though. Saito suplex from Nakamura. Maybe the King of Strong Style's getting fired up right now. Indeed he is, from behind here on Sabin. Dumps him on his face with his exploder. And Nakamura's ready. Is Sabin ready? Oh, Nakamura not going to go for the Kinshasa yet. Going to go for the cover on Daniels here, but that wasn't enough. Oh, but this will be. This 100% will be. Daniels up to his feet. Kick in the gut. Kinshasa! 1, 2, 3. Nakamura is the winner. Job done there for the King of Strong Style. Daniels tried, but I mean, he was outclassed. He was in there with a very tough opponent in Shinsuke Nakamura, and there are just some things that you cannot do. Put up a fight, though. Want to give him credit for that one. And with no D.C.C in his corner as well, he certainly tried. Nakamura, though, celebrating his victory. It doesn't look like the night is done for the King of Strong Style. He wants a microphone. Nakamura now with the microphone in hand, and his message is towards Dolph Ziggler. Did he enjoy the beating he took last week? Nakamura doesn't care either way. What he wants Ziggler to know is that was not the end of it all. If Ziggler really wants to put his money where his mouth is, next week, let's finish it. No holds barred. Wow. That is a challenge from Nakamura to Ziggler. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't want a title. He doesn't want Money in the Bank. He just wants to finish Dolph Ziggler. The King of Strong Style has put out the challenge, and I wonder if it'll get accepted. Will Nakamura want Ziggler again? No DQ. And he's not waiting any longer either. He wants it next week. That is pretty big. Nevertheless, we're going to move on to our main event of the evening. We'll probably have a response at some point during the week, and we'll see if next week we'll have a match in store between those two or not. But nevertheless, this is our main event here tonight. It is the home state hero John Cena against Katsuyori Shibata. There's no Money in the Bank spot on the line. There's no number one contender match on the line. This is just another great match that Smackdown Live is willing to put on for us. The main event has been tainted these last 2 weeks due to the whole Shinsuke Nakamura Dolph Ziggler going on. But now we just wait and see what will happen here tonight between these two men. Make no mistake about it, I don't think they're going to get attacked by anyone. However, John Cena has to attack Katsuyori Shibata here tonight if he's going to be victorious. If he is going to overcome the wrestler, and if he beats Shibata, then I honestly believe that Cena would be in the talking for a WWE Championship opportunity. Since arriving, Shibata has just come out all guns blazing, essentially. He picked a fight right away with the former WWE Champion, well, not really the Bobby Fish himself, but certainly with the Dangerous Alliance, which has a former World Champion in there in Jinder Mahal, and the former WWE Champion in Bobby Fish. And he was standing tall as well on more than one occasion. In his debut, Shibata decimated Jinder Mahal and made him tap out, and just before Judgment Day, he was beating Bobby Fish until Fish decided to go way off the deep end and start attacking Shibata. Mahal got involved in it, but then at Judgment Day, Shibata beat Mahal again. And so far, has been having a great time on SmackDown Live, but now here tonight, he faces John Cena. There's no bad blood between the two, but there is a lot on the line when it comes to wanting to get a victory, wanting to be victorious, and wanting to get your name out there for that WWE Championship. Shibata heads towards the ring. He's had his past with Okada. He knows what Okada is like, and Okada knows likewise. These two men are going to get Well, I was going to say they're going to get to know each other, but they probably already do. And, you know, we've already seen Okada come to the aid of Shibata. He did so he did so just before Judgment Day. Shibata was getting attacked by Mulholland Fish. Being hit with a steel chair on a number of occasions, was about to be attacked by it again, and Okada came down and made the save. Whether or not that was to save Shibata, we don't know, but it was certainly had an element regarding saving, stopping Bobby Fish from having his attack. I don't know if Shibata views him in that way or not, but either way, Shibata is ready for action here tonight. He's ready to compete against John Cena, and these two guys are tough in their own right. You know, we know Shibata is one of the most hard-hitting wrestlers on the planet. Absolute, no shit taken. We'll just smash his head into you. John Cena, on the other hand, is, that hustle, loyalty, and respect that he abides by. That never say die attitude. That fight until the very end. That is what he is all about. And that is what he has to try and use if he wants to overcome Shibata here tonight. Colin elbow tie-up sends the big man down. Side headlock now by Cena on Shibata. Shibata gets himself out of it. Traps Cena in a leg hold there, but Cena gets himself out of it. Back to the side headlock. Shibata. Side headlock of his own. We're getting some good chain wrestling going on to start things off. Cena, though, using his strength there to push Shibata away. Off the ropes comes Shibata now, and Cena just didn't have enough time after getting up to his feet there. And sent to the outside by Shibata is John Cena. Certainly is going to be a, this is two incredibly different styles. This is the Japanese and the American style of wrestling clashing with one another. Cena better be ready, because every strike from Shibata is going to hurt him a lot. Fisherman suplex there. Shibata hoping for something there, but Cena did a great job of denying it, and Cena looking to get off with a big move here. Flip power bomb. To Shibata into the cover. Shibata counters, flips over into a cover of his own, and Cena has to resort to kicking out very early on. Kick from Shibata, and overhand punch. And look at that now from Shibata. Certainly underhanded in its own way, but Shibata has no problem with that. Oh, running big boot in the corner. Surprised Cena's face is, surprised Cena's head is still attached to his body after that one. That was brutal. Surprised his neck is still lodged to him in some way. That the whiplash effect he had from that kick. Shibata just sends him down with ease there. But he can't get anything after it. Cena makes sure to stop that. Lariat, and Shibata goes down now. Back and forth by both guys. Trading moves with one another. Cena with a spin out back suplex there. Shibata getting up to his feet, though, maybe a little bit too quickly for Cena's liking. Into the corner. And oh, what a lariat that one was. John Cena going with some great speed right now. He sees that he's got an opening on Shibata, and he wants to take full advantage of it. Cena calls Shibata up to his feet now from up high. Elbow into the face. And the crowd here, like I said, Cena in his home state. There's no surprise they're cheering him on. Cena has to do a lot, though. You're seeing Shibata getting up to his feet after almost everything. Cena is firing at him. Oh, but maybe not much longer. Cena turns around Shibata now and locks in the STF in the middle of the ring, hoping to make the wrestler tap out. That would be an incredible feat if that would happen. But once again, like I said, with how easy Shibata's been getting up to his feet after everything, there was no way he was going to tap out. Oh my goodness, what a lariat! Shibata sends them both to the outside. I don't think Cena knows which way is up right now after that one. Maybe he does. Cena is able to fight back there, but what a brutal attack he took there. Shibata put all of his weight into that lariat, and uh-oh, Shibata now sends him into the barricade there. Like I said, these different wrestling styles, everything Shibata hits, it hurts. Short arm clothesline by Cena. Into the Rainmaker in some sense. Cena's really been able to restart his career on SmackDown Live following the draft victory he had in that Battle Royal. Won 2 draft picks for SmackDown for SmackDown Live. They were... I'm trying to remember who they were. Off the top of my head, I can't actually remember. Trying to think, is there anyone on the roster right now who's pretty prevalent? Don't know why, but I actually can't think of who it was. Sheamus was one of them, I know that. Was The Miz the other one? I don't remember. Either way, Cena unloading now on Shibata. Good strikes there to try and daze the big man, and the lariat that Shibata ran into there. The momentum forcing him really to run into that one. Shibata now just taking the shots of John Cena, but responds with a hard one of his own there, and Cena staggered from it. And again, that arm wrench just brings him down. Uh-oh, Shibata has something in mind. Shibata, STO to John Cena. Oh, and if I was John Cena, I'd find a way to run right now if I could. Cena counters the attempted PK, brings in Shibata. Attitude adjustment. Will Cena overcome Shibata here tonight? Whoa! A kick out at 1. But Cena's feeling the momentum. Trying to get the crowd to cheer him on for another one here. Shibata getting up to his feet and into the path of another. Attitude adjustment from Cena. 1, 2. Shibata kicks out of another one. Oh, wow. What is that set within John Cena? How does he feel when he hits his biggest move twice? And Shibata kicks out with ease on both occasions. Sit out powerbomb now, and Shibata still able to kick out. What does that say about how much Shibata can take? And not only did he take those moves, but he's now fighting back. DDT there, drilled Cena. Pretty much dropped him on the top of his head. Covers John Cena now, but he only gets a 1 count. Shibata in his own right is going to have to do more, though, if he wants to be victorious here, and he may well be doing that. He's got the body of Cena here locked in. Nowhere for Cena to go, and he's just getting the life just essentially grabbed out of him, and there's that hip throw, essentially, by John Cena. Shibata's in the turnbuckle here. Oh, running punt by Shibata. Holy cow. Shibata absolutely nailed him with that one. And look at this now, just consistently driving Cena's head into the mat with those knees there. Into the cover he goes now. Is this enough to finish off John Cena? There's 2, and Cena still powering out of it. That was vicious by Shibata. And Cena's starting to fight back a little bit here. Cena ducks the strike. Flying forearm. Here goes John Cena now. Another flying shoulder tackle. Rather brings him down. Spin out, back suplex. Cena bringing it out within him here. Oh, Shibata kicked him in the head. Cena staggered from that one. Shibata into the sleeper hold. Shibata, sleeper hold now on Cena. Will Cena submit to Shibata? He has taken so much damage to the head. The punt, the knees that followed. Cena won't want to tap out here, though. He won't want to lose in his home state. And Cena powers out of it. Both men there risking it all for victory right now. Cena brings Shibata back up to his feet here. Does he have something big in store? Oh, but Shibata certainly does. Look at the strength of this man now into the turnbuckle. Running power slam. And into the cover goes Shibata again, and Cena kicking out very, very early on. This is incredible. What a fight this has been by both men. Neither seem more closer to finishing off the other. Up on the shoulders in that fireman's carry now is John Cena, and he's hung out to dry with that stun gun. Shibata is ruthless in his quest for victory right now. Cena in trouble. STO by Shibata. Once again, will this finish off John Cena? Cena says no and kicks out at 1. He's withstood a sleeper hold. He's withstood STOs. He's withstood a running kick. Oh, but I don't know if he'll withstand this. Shibata PK! A PK into the chest of Cena. And Shibata moves into the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a main event. But Shibata is the winner once again here tonight. What a match that one was by both men. Truly giving their all in order to be the winner. And look at this after the matchup. A sign of respect shown as well. A handshake by both men. That is great to see. Shibata is the winner. And that is what matters most to John Cena. They shake the hands of one another, congratulating each other on a great match. Cena truly gave it his all there to be the winner, but it just wasn't enough at the end of it all. Shibata, your winner. Hey, now Shibata wants a microphone. Oh, it's open mic night on Smackdown Live. Of course, as Shibata grabs this microphone, everything that he says is going to be translated. And Shibata talking about something he heard a few weeks ago when Kazuchika Okada came out here and talked about all the great people on SmackDown Live who could take this brand forward. He named Shinsuke Nakamura. He named Finn Bálor. He named AJ Styles. He didn't name Shibata. And to Shibata, that was a low blow. To Shibata, that was a proving point. He's got to earn the respect of Okada, and he knows just the way to do it. At Money in the Bank, Shibata challenges Okada. Wow. He just put the statement down right now for Kazuchika Okada to step up to the plate. Will Okada do so? Oh, there he is. There he is indeed. The man has come to answer the challenge. The WWE Champion is here. Kazuchika Okada is here, and he is responding to Shibata's challenge. Shibata feels disrespected by him. Well, Okada's here to sort of thing out about that. And he's here to stand him directly in the face. And Okada, he hoists that title up high. And they stare each other down. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It's pretty evident to tell that June 17th is on between these two. Money in the Bank is on. Okada, Shibata for the WWE Championship.